Good afternoon and welcome to the January 2019 National School Lunch Program webinar. My name is Heather Bloom and I am a coordinator with the Child Nutrition Programs. I work with the National School Lunch Team to conduct administrative reviews and trainings for NSLP and USDA Foods topics. Please remember to track the time spent viewing this webinar towards professional development hours to meet USDA professional standards requirements. We will discuss topics that fall under the key areas of Nutrition 1000, Operations 2000, Administration 3000, and Communications 4000. We will start today's webinar discussing the policy memos that were released recently, and then move on to program reminders. We will end the webinar with success stories and time for questions. We only have a few policy memos to discuss today, which were released back in December. The new final rule makes specific modifications to the milk, grain, and sodium requirements beginning in SY 2019-2020. The purpose of this rule is to ease operational burden and provide school nutrition professionals the flexibility needed to successfully operate the child nutrition programs. This final rule makes the following changes beginning in SY 2019-2020. First, it allows NSLP and SBP operators the option to offer flavored, low-fat milk and also requires that unflavored milk be offered at each meal service. For consistency, the flavored milk flexibility will be extended to beverages for sale during the school day and will also apply in the SMP and CACFP for participants ages 6 years and older. This flexibility will not apply to the summer food service program, as flavored low-fat milk is already allowed in that program. Second, it requires that at least half of the weekly grains offered in the NSLP and SBP be whole grain rich. And third, it retains sodium target 1 through the end of SY 23-24 and requires compliance with sodium target 2 in SY 24-25, which begins July 1st, 2024. SP08 2019 states that USDA will now allow crediting of shelf-stable, dried and semi-dried meat, poultry, and seafood snacks towards the meat component in a reimbursable meal or snack. Dried meat products may now be used throughout the CMPs as part of a reimbursable meal or snack at the discretion of the program operator. In order to simplify meal planning for operators, use of the products is not limited to meals and snacks served off-site. To credit these products, program operators will follow the crediting principles used from all other products made from meat, poultry, or seafood. For more information, see the Food Buying Guide for CNP. In addition, USDA will allow program operators to credit the following food items that have not previously contributed to the CMP meal pattern requirements: coconut, hominy, popcorn, surimi seafood, and tempeh. Allowing these products to credit is intended to provide additional variety and enhance the appeal of meals. FNS will issue new guidance soon describing how these products will credit towards specific food components in the CNP meal patterns. USDA will also publish new guidance to allow crediting vegetables disguised as other food components or not provided in traditional forms, for example, noodles or pasta made from vegetables, including legumes. We will now move on to program reminders. The USDA Foods Web-Based Supply Chain Management Training, WBSCM, is available online in the CMP training portal. Make sure to register to take the course, as it will provide resources and explanations of the changes occurring in the USDA Foods ordering system. Be sure to have your historic USDA Foods ordering information available, as you will need to complete the spreadsheets and upload them into the course in order to complete the training. Please contact the USDA Foods team if you have any difficulty accessing or understanding the online training. The Excel documents required in this course have been updated and are also available in the download form section of My Idaho CMP. Please take this process seriously, as the information you enter into the Excel forms will be the information available to place your order for the entire 2019-2020 school year when we meet in February for the mandatory training. Additionally, be sure to register and plan to attend the mandatory training in February. School food authorities with 2 or more feeding sites must perform no less than 1 on-site review of the meal counting and claiming system and the readily observable general areas of review in each school operating the National School Lunch Program and 50% of schools operating the School Breakfast Program under its jurisdiction prior to February 1st each school year. The School Food Authority On-Site Review Form, formerly known as the Point of Service Counting Review Form, can be located in Download Forms under Section 10 NSLP Resources. Be sure to check out the newly released online trainings available in the CNP training portal. The state agency recently released a training on conducting the after-school snack program, as well as local meal charge policies. As mentioned earlier, if you are a site with more than 1 point of service, be sure to complete the SFA on-site monitoring review forms due February 1st each year. If you need an update on how to complete this form, then check out the online training for SFA on-site monitoring reviews. When you take an online training, be sure to print your certificates or make sure you have access to them for administrative reviews. We are in the process of updating annual mandatory training. 2019 NSLP mandatory training is scheduled for the end of July and early August. The model for training will rely heavily on specific trainings available in the CNP training portal to be completed prior to a face-to-face training in early August. Training locations and dates are listed in the CNP training portal for districts to begin the process of registration. The Idaho School Nutrition Reference Guide has been updated on the Idaho State Department of Education CNP School Meal Programs website. The reference guide provides information related to school meal programs, including 33 topic sections, plus the following appendices: acronyms, additional resources, and terms to know. All SFAs must ensure and document that annual training takes place. Include training for 1. USDA Food Civil Rights. Training is available on the CNP training portal as well as posted online to ensure that determining, confirming, and hearing officials, food service staff, and those assisting in the food service program have access to and receive and document annual training. 2. Food safety or HACCP training per the site's food safety manual containing the required elements. The ICN 2016 HACCP manual is available in my Idaho CNP download forms. And 3, offer versus serve, if implementing offer versus serve at the site. Training is available on the CNP training portal. Training dates for in-person training sessions throughout the state have been released for the 2019 SFSP mandatory training. Emails went out earlier this week announcing training dates and locations in your area. You are able to register using the CNP training portal. Additionally, the SFSP application is available in My Idaho CNP. Make sure to download the newly released Buy American Exception form from Download Forms to keep documentation on hand for all products you serve that do not meet the Buy American provision, such as canned pineapple, mandarin oranges, tropical fruit, etc. On December 20th, FNS released the Food Buying Guide Calculator as a new feature included with the Food Buying Guide for Child Nutrition Program's interactive web-based tool. The Food Buying Guide Calculator was first created and hosted by the Institute of Child Nutrition. However, it has been added to the Food Buying Guide interactive web-based tool to create a one-stop shop for all Food Buying Guide resources. The Food Buying Guide Calculator is designed to assist child nutrition program operators in creating a shopping list to streamline food ordering needs for their programs and may be accessed along with other Food Buying Guide resources at the Food Buying Guide for CNP website. The USDA's Team Nutrition Initiative is pleased to announce the release of the Serving School Meals to Preschoolers training worksheet. School meal program operators can use this colorful 4-page worksheet to plan and prepare meals that meet preschool meal patterns in the school breakfast program and National School Lunch Program. This resource also includes information regarding commingling of preschool students and students from older grade groups, as well as scenario-based questions to test for knowledge and understanding. All material are currently available in English online. Team Nutrition will announce the availability of Spanish and printed versions at a later date. That is all we have for program reminders, so we will end with updates and success stories. Implementing strong school nutrition policies is associated with healthier weight trajectories in middle school students, according to a new study by researchers at the Rudd Center for Food Policy and Obesity at the University of Connecticut and the Yale School of Public Health. Study authors randomly selected 12 schools in an urban district where they followed 595 middle school students for 3 years, from 5th grade to 8th grade. Schools were assigned to one of 4 conditions, which included support for 1, nutrition policies, 2, physical activity policies, 3, both types of policies, or 4, neither, as a delayed control condition. The nutrition policy interventions included ensuring that all schools met federal nutrition criteria, providing nutritional newsletters for students and their family, school-wide campaigns to limit sugary drinks and encourage the use of water, limiting the use of food or beverages as rewards for academic behavior, performance, or good behavior. Through in-school observations, surveys of student dietary and physical activity behavior, and annual measurement of body mass index by trained staff, the study found that students from the 6 schools randomized to receive nutrition interventions experienced less than a 1% increase in body mass index over 3 years. Students from the 6 schools that did not receive nutrition policy support exhibited a significantly greater BMI increase of 3 to 4% during the same period. Additional key findings of the study include students in the nutrition policy intervention schools reported lower consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages compared with students in schools with no targeted nutrition intervention. Students in the nutrition policy intervention schools were less likely to have had any meals at fast food restaurants in the past 7 days and reported consuming fewer unhealthy foods. And the magnitude of the effect on weight increased over time, with the greatest difference measured between groups of students in 8th grade. Though that is all we have for success stories this month. Does anyone have any questions at this time? And go ahead and use the chat box on your screen to type your questions, and I will answer them as they are entered. Thank you for attending today's webinar. Please contact Child Nutrition Programs at 208-332-6820 if any additional questions arise regarding the information on this webinar. Please remember that the accuracy of the information shared today is guaranteed only as of the recording date. USDA may issue more guidance or further clarification regarding items discussed in today's webinar.